You've probably experienced this. The bedroom lights are switched off, and suddenly that messy pile of clothes draped over a chair looks exactly like a person standing in the corner of the room. This everyday illusion perfectly mirrors the setup of a popular children's rhyme featuring Motu and Patlu. In the story, the two brothers are fast asleep when they are jolted awake in the dead of night by a mysterious shadow. Their immediate reaction is absolute panic. They scream, completely convinced that their previously empty, quiet room has suddenly animated and come alive around them. Logically, we know there are no monsters hiding in our bedrooms, yet in these moments, our bodies react exactly as if we are facing an immediate, lethal threat. This occurs because human survival mechanics are designed to prioritize a false alarm over a potentially fatal mistake the moment light is removed and perception separates from reality. The rhyme details exactly how this escalation happens. Motu and Patlu start noticing specific environmental triggers: a spinning fan, a knocking window, and a ticking clock. Without visual data, the brain compensates by turning up the gain on our hearing. Low-amplitude daytime noise suddenly expands into high-amplitude erratic waves. Look at these three sharp spikes. In visual deprivation, a quiet, rhythmic sound, like a ticking clock, is processed as loud, aggressive noise. Psychologists call this apophenia. It is the human brain's tendency to take random, meaningless data, like a creaking floorboard or a rustling branch, and force it into a coherent narrative. For our early ancestors, assuming a rustling bush was a predator rather than a breeze kept them alive. Our modern brains still default to this evolutionary failsafe, treating harmless anomalies as dangerous threats. The ghosts terrorizing the brothers in the room are actually mundane objects, weaponized by their own hypervigilant pattern recognition software. The story then describes the boys experiencing severe physical symptoms. Their hearts pound heavily in their chests, and their breathing becomes rapid and shallow. This reaction starts in the amygdala, our primitive threat detection center, which has just sounded a massive false alarm. In response, it floods the bloodstream with adrenaline. This chemical cascade forcibly prepares the body's muscular system for a physical fight or a rapid escape. This creates a biological irony. As the heart rate spikes and breathing accelerates, the body burns through resources to prepare for a fight against a threat that isn't physically there. The darkness itself holds no danger. It acts only as a blank canvas, allowing the primal brain to project its deepest anxieties into the physical space. In these moments of peak panic, the human body has been taken hostage by a phantom generated entirely within its own skull. The narrative breaks this cycle with the arrival of Dr. Jadka, who delivers a grounding message to the brothers. Fear lives exclusively in the mind. By pointing this out, he is actively triggering a process called cognitive reframing. This is a neurobiological process that occurs when we consciously analyze a fear or intentionally use humor, just like the characters smiling at their own mistake, to defuse a perceived threat. Returning to our brain diagram, the prefrontal cortex illuminates here, sending directional pulses toward the panicked amygdala. These pulses carry an all-clear signal. The moment they hit, logic physically overrides the panic response, shutting down the alarm, returning the brain to a calm state. We see this biological shutdown play out perfectly in the rhyme. Once the brothers understand they are safe, paralyzing fear is instantly replaced by hunger and laughter, allowing them to finally go back to sleep. Understanding the mechanical, biological nature of our fear gives us a clear advantage. Knowing exactly how these midnight alarms trigger strips the imagined ghosts of their power over us. A seemingly haunted room is an echo chamber for our own survival instincts. Realizing that gives us the ability to turn on our mental lights, laugh at the shadows, and reclaim our peace.